Okay, so last thing for today. Talked a lot about God today. This is actually my third try for this video. Wanted to talk to you guys about concept art. So the idea is that there's three types of artists and three classifications of concept art. The three types of artists are the bottomless well, the blueprinter, and the polisher. And the three classifications of art, as for business is concerned, it's 40% blueprints, 40% inspiration, and 20% polish. So the bottomless well type of individual is those people who have like a really messy work area because their art is always so unbelievably incomplete. And what I mean by that is that like they'll be in the middle of a piece, and then right in the middle of a piece they'll get burnt out on it like super quick, and they'll move over to a new idea that they have for somebody else, or instead of doing somebody else they might focus on a character from like 5 years ago with a belt buckle that they had a good idea for, or they'll move on to a tree or something in a bedroom. So it's like they're completely spastic in their approach to art. So second type is the blueprinter. They themselves have a problem with conjuring the ideas, but they can take somebody else's existing idea and do marvelous things with it. But sometimes, because they don't understand how to do dynamic posing, they're very limited to front, side, three-quarter, back views. That's called a turnaround. It's also known as a model sheet. So we have now a polisher, third type. This type of artist is extremely slow. They'll be extremely good at dynamic poses, and their colors will be off the chain, and their ability to understand lighting information, it's almost supernatural. And can you be all three? Yes you can. In the business world, I don't hire one person to do all of it. That's very inefficient. So I'll hire the bottomless well, and I'll just, like, when I have the budget, I'll throw money at them and just let them do their thing and not hinder them. Their work hours are also spastic too, but that's okay, because they have to go where their creativity leads them, and we'll talk about that another day. The blueprinter is probably the most important person on the project because they're setting everybody up for 3D, and they're setting themselves up for, like, the objective of the blueprinter would to never allow the 3D artist to have to search on Google. All of the reference boards and everything related to the character is right there in front of them. They just have to produce. So the blueprinter, in a way, has a bit of a boring job because it is just front, side, three-quarter, back views. But at the end of the day, they'll have their own workflow. They'll make sure that their anatomy is super tight because they're doing the same three types of characters: mesomorph, ectomorph, endomorph, like all day, front, three-quarter, side view, back view, all day. And what they're doing is they're working with the inspiration artist, the bottomless well. They're working with that artist and completing that artist's thoughts for them. And then the polisher is the highest paid person on the project because they're working with two specific outputs. Output number one, you would think it would be the studio, but it isn't. It's actually for the client or for the investor. And output number two is actually for the consumer, and to making sure that the consumer's hyped up about the project. We end up paying those guys last, and typically in the pre-production field, they're the art director themselves. They can assess the work and keep things moving and motivated. They have a lot of pull in keeping the crew of the whole project, they keep their morale very high. So again, we have the three classifications: art is 40% blueprinting, 40% inspiration, 20% polish, and we pay those accordingly. And then the three types of artist, again, is the bottomless well, inspiration artist, the blueprinter, and the polisher. So I hope this helps you guys. If you're one of those three types or all three of those types, show me. I want to see, and maybe we can work out something one day. Or if you just need a critique, I'll take a look at it. If you're curious to know where I fit in that, I don't like doing inspiration or concept stuff for the bottomless well. I'm not that kind. I'm more of a blueprinter, because I can take somebody else's work and polish the crap out of it, like a nice shiny turd. No, I'm just kidding. No, I can make it look really good, and that's what I get paid to do, is make things look good. And hope you guys have a good Shabbat. Don't work tomorrow. Don't work tonight. Stay away from it. Don't do it. Okay, later.